Hello, good evening. Today is Monday, June 17th, 2019. Welcome to the Sweet Talk. My name is Kim Mattina. I am your host tonight, and I am going solo. So, I am a technology teacher at the Galloway Township Middle School, and I am a Google certified trainer and a gold product expert in the Google for Education, Jamboard, and CS First Help forums. And tonight, I want to bring to you an app that I've been hearing a lot about. It's called Google Science Journal. And I was playing around with it this past week, and I really think it has a lot of potential. And when I spoke to one of the science teachers at my school, she was really excited about it. So I wanted to bring it to you, and maybe you can learn about it during the summer and, use it for September. So, what it is it's an app that you can download to any device. So it's an app that you can get from the Google Play Store, and you can download it to any tablet or phone. And students can actually document their science experiment mobilely. So they can walk around, they can be outside, they can document their science experiment using this mobile app. And the purpose of it is so that the students can just be free and walk around the classroom, maybe walk around the school, and document their experiment. So it's a great way for students to do their science experiment digitally. They don't have to walk around with notebooks and pens like that. They can use their mobile device. So what I want to do first is the first thing that you have to do if you want to use Google Science Journal is you have to talk to your Google administrator in your school, especially, I'm assuming that you're using Google for Education, and you have that domain. So you have to talk to the Google administrator and have them enable it into the domain. So it has to be enabled, and you actually have to have them download it as a domain app and push out to your devices. So, like for example, in my school, I have Chromebooks that are Android Play ready. And I downloaded the app through the admin console, and I pushed that app out to the student devices, so that they can use this app on their Google Play enabled Chromebooks. So obviously, it's the end of the school year, and we're getting ready to pack up. So I'm going to be piloting a few things next year. And one of the things is hopefully piloting. One of my goals is to pilot the Android Play Store on the student Chromebooks. So that's why I started experimenting with Google Science Journal. So that's the first thing that you have to do is talk to your Google administrator and have them download it through the domain. But if you want to experiment with it on your own mobile device, I'm going to show you how to get to it. So I'm going to share my screen. And right now I am on my Pixelbook, which is an Android device. It's an enabled Android device, so I can access the Google Play Store. So down here at the bottom is the shelf. So I can click on the Play Store icon, and it takes me right into the Play Store. And I'm going to do a Google search for Google Science Journal. And here it is. It's the first one. Okay, I click on it, and you're going to see a button here to install it. So you simply click on it to install it, and Google Science Journal will be downloaded to your device. So again, this is for people that want to try to explore Google Science Journal on their own personal device or on a tablet that they have control over. Like I said, if you want to use it in school, and you want to have all the science teachers use this, you have to talk to the Google administrator so that it can be pushed out through the admin panel. But once you have it installed on your device, what you're going to do is you're going to open it. So let me go and find it. So here it is here. It should be listed here. Okay, so here it is. And what's nice about the Google Science Journal app is that you can actually, I have to sign in. Okay, I can actually, like I said, be mobile and walk around the school, or either walk outside into the science backyard outside. Um, I can walk around the classroom and I can document my information about my experiment. And what the nice thing about it is, everything gets saved into Google Drive. And I'll show you that as well. So right here, you can see I have a 3-line menu, and I have experiments, activities, settings, feedback, and about. And up here shows my account. This is the default experiment that comes with every account. And here it just tells you that what kind of information is basically in here. So if I click on this, it just tells me, welcome to the Science Journal. You can see I can type information in here. And I can insert an image as well, and it updates this as well. So what the purpose is to document your experiment. So if I wanted to, let me go back, and I'm going to click the plus sign here to actually create a new science journal. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to rename it. Now, I'm just learning this too, and I'm telling you, I'm very impressed with this. So the experiment title is, I'm just going to call it the Sweet Talk Demo. I can pick a photo here. All right. We'll do this one. I can upload a photo, or I can take a picture, whatever I choose, with the camera, with the device camera. And there it is. And I click the check mark here to actually save my settings. Now, down here at the bottom in this toolbar here, I can use this icon, this comment icon here, to write information about my experiment. So if I click on that, it's prompted me to add an observation. So I can actually type text in here. Okay. And the next thing that I can do here is I can observe. So this part is really cool. So right now it's asking me to allow the Science Journal to take pictures and record video. I'm going to say allow. And what this sensor icon does is it uses the device sensors to measure light, to measure sound, to measure distance. And it really is a great feature to have, because you can have your students measure everything and record information and capture that into the journal. So if I wanted to hit the plus sign here, I'm going to allow it. And now I am recording the sound. So you can see the top here is recording the ambient light, how dark or light something is. And you can see when I covered the webcam, what happened to my line. It went down. So it adjusts according to the sensors on the Chromebook. The sound intensity is basically measuring how loud something is. And I can play the sound if I wanted to. And I can measure the accelerator, how fast something goes. I could measure how high something goes. And I can measure the Z angle, which is the depth of it. So these sensors are really valuable if you're in science class, or even in math class. If you were trying to document measurement, you can actually do that with your device. Now, granted, depending on your device, you're going to have a different amount of sensors available to you here. So it all depends how sophisticated and how updated your device is. So if I click the plus sign again, now I get another sound intensity measure. And here, if I hit the settings icon, I can actually measure pitch. Okay, so that's part of the sound. I can measure a linear accelerometer. Okay, I can, on my Chromebook, I can measure a magnetometer and a compass. So these are all dependent on your device. I can tell you right now, when I was at school, on the Chromebooks at school, I didn't have all of these sensors available. I had sound and a movement available. So these are dependent on your device. So you can record the information by clicking the record button here. And when I record, you can see that the screen gets highlighted red. The track gets highlighted red because that's the part that's being recorded. And if I click the record button again, it stops it and it adds it into my experiment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the card. I'm going to close the accelerator card and I'm going to close the sound card. Oh, I can't do that. And you can see here right up top, it puts it all into the experiment and it documents it. So I can actually click on that and see what it recorded. Now, if I want to add this to the timeline, let's see what this does. I can add that note to a timeline if I wanted to. So I'm just going to put sound recording in here. And I can take a picture as well, hit save, and I can add that to a timeline. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to my notes, and I'm going to actually so that's my note card. That's my sensor. The camera will allow me to take a picture. So think of this. If I have students walking around outside taking notes of their science experiment, I can use the camera on the device and take pictures of it. And I can actually keep that in the journal for that experiment. So they get the information in real time, or they get the information spontaneously. So they can record their information by taking pictures, and they can also upload pictures that they find that can support their experiment as well. So these are the only options that you have available within a journal entry for the Google Science Journal app. Now, if I go back into the Google Science Journal for the Sweet Talk demo, you can see that it only has my recording in here. So I'm not sure why it didn't keep the note. So I'm going to add the note again. And I'm not seeing a check mark. Oh, here it is. Okay, like I said, I'm learning this as well. If I click this blue arrow here, to me it looks like a paper airplane, but it's a blue arrow. If I click on that circle, it will add that observation or that note to my experiment. So that's why it didn't show up before. I did not hit that blue circle with the arrow in it. So if I wanted to add another observation, I hit the blue arrow to actually add it in there. And now you can see that I have two observation notes. I have a recording of the ambient light, and I can actually take a picture. So if I take a picture, here, I'm going to take a picture of myself and add it to the journal. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to click on the blue camera icon that's at the bottom of the screen to record the picture and add it to my journal. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see here that it actually added that picture to my journal. So let's see. There it is. So I have a recording, I have notes, I can take pictures as well with my device to document anything that I'm finding throughout my experiment. And I can also upload pictures that are on my device in my drive or on my local device as well. So let's just upload the Google Classroom icon, and I click on the blue circle in the middle of the screen with the arrow in it, and it adds that Google Classroom icon to my journal. How cool is that? I am so impressed with this app. It's very easy. It's not hard to navigate, and it does so much. It's got so much potential for students, especially in science class. But what I like a lot about it is that you can measure distance and height and light and sound through the sensors of your device. So this app, I think, has a lot of potential. I really think it can be very helpful in the science classroom and in math class. And I really think that you should try it. I mean, I just heard about it, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And I really couldn't believe, like, I wanted to see like what the buzz was about it. So I experimented with it myself, and here I am. And I just started playing around with it. And I'm not an expert at this app, but I really feel like you can navigate through it. It's not a very difficult interface. And I think that it can be very helpful. So the next thing that I want to show you real quick is where all of the files or the experiments get saved at. So they all get saved in Google Drive. So I'm going to share my screen one more time, and I'm going to get out of the Science Journal app, and I'm going to go back to Drive. So here's my Drive. And as soon as you sign in, well, as soon as you create your account in Science Journal, it creates a folder called Science Journal right in Google Drive. So if I double click on that folder, you're going to see all of my science experiments documented right in Google Drive. So all of the information is saved in Drive. So you don't have to worry about where it's going to go, because everything's in Drive. Now, right now, I tried to open up the Science Journal, the Sweet Talk demo. I double clicked on it from Drive, and it won't open it because it doesn't recognize the file format. So you have to have the app to be able to open your science journals. And that's it. That's my show for tonight. So to recap, I went over Google Science Journal. The first thing that you have to do is talk to your Google administrator to have that person download it through the admin console and push it out to Chrome-enabled, Android-enabled Chromebooks. Go ahead into the Google Science Journal, experiment with the different options in there, and then explore your Google Drive to make sure that you can find and access your science journals. The app creates a folder in your Google Drive called Science Journal. So everything is saved right in there. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you do try it out. I'm going to post this in my Facebook group because there were a few people in my group that was curious about the Google Science Journal app, and that's why I kind of downloaded it and dove right into it to try to become familiar with it so that I can pass the information along to you. I think it's one of those apps that are a hidden gem, and I think it's really easy and worthwhile for you to try out. So with that said, I am going to end the show. Let me share my screen one more time. I want to show you where, my website is and how you can subscribe to my channel. So if you go to thesweettalk.com, that's the sweet, SUITE talk.com, my new website will be displayed. I kind of reconfigured it. So on the homepage, you'll see the latest episode and podcast. You'll see the schedule. You'll see the trending episodes as well. You can also scroll down and you can fill out the guest inquiries form and be a guest on my show. You can click to view the schedule as well. And you can also join the Facebook community. So if you click on this button here, um, please join the Facebook community and continue the conversations in there. I am trying to promote that as well and give people a different experience than other Facebook groups. So please join the community. Um, and if you want to see past episodes or listen to the Sweet Talk on the podcast, you can click on the episode and podcast list page and see all of the past episodes here. And you can certainly listen to the Sweet Talk on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and Google Podcasts. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well so you can always stay up to date on the latest episodes. Alrighty, and that is it. So, with that said, I am going to close up this show. And I hope that you have a great end of the school year and a self care, relaxing summer. And I will see you during the summer. I am still going to be recording each week on Mondays and bring to you some information during the summer months as well. So until next time, have a great day. Bye.